Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 4 of Did You Bring the Hummus podcast. I'm Kimberly, your host, and I'm super excited to be here with you today. Did You Bring the Hummus is a podcast to help you go vegan. Every 2 weeks, I'll share a 20 to 40-minute episode discussing all things vegan. Most importantly, we'll talk about how to embrace this meaningful decision with fervor and fun. Episodes post every other Monday on your favorite podcast app. Before we get started, I have one very important question for you. Did you bring the hummus? So, you've made the decision to go vegan, and now you want to tell everyone. I remember when I first went veg. I was so appalled by the many horrific ways animals were treated for human convenience, but also elated that I had found a way to stop it, and I needed everyone to know. It's the reason the following joke exists. How do you find the vegan in the room? Don't you worry, they will tell you. It's true, because let's be honest, if you knew of a surefire way to make a positive change in anything with no drawbacks, wouldn't you tell everyone every chance you had? There is real elation and excitement that comes as a new vegan, and it can be very difficult not to tell everyone who crosses your path about it. So, what's the best way to do it? It depends. It depends on who you are and who you're speaking to. You will wind up in arguments, but you will also change people's minds and their hearts. And that's just part of being a person who's going against the grain. There's a famous quote attributed to many people, from Gandhi to Schopenhauer, but no matter who said it, it rings true here. First, they ignore you. Then they laugh at you. Then they attack you. Then you win. Be prepared for those around you to be put off, to tell you it's a phase or it's silly, or to outright ridicule or threaten to end your relationship. But in the end, I believe vegans will win. I think it's important to know who you are, at least as far as how you typically approach change and sharing that with people. I've never been a person to shy away from sharing my thoughts on things, and I very rarely mince words. So no one was surprised when I went veg and wasn't shy about telling people. I was also 20 years old when I made this decision and didn't always grasp the nuance of each situation. In fact, I was often a bit too in the face for people. If someone offered me any animal-based food, my answer was rarely a simple, no thank you, and often included something like, no thanks, I don't eat anything with a face, or no, I don't eat anything who had a mother. I am less in your face now, and I don't use those responses. As I matured, and life experience taught me many things, I started to work on living by example to those around me and did less of the, do you know what happened to that cow before she was turned into your taco meat type things. One thing I never shy away from is telling people that I am vegan when necessary, around food or people offering gifts, for example. And anytime someone asks me if I am, especially if they ask me why, I am not vegan for health reasons, though those are a nice benefit. I am vegan for the animals. It is an ethical and philosophical decision. Though, to keep the response short, I will say something like, yes, I am vegan for ethical reasons. Most people understand that this means it's because of the cruelty animals endure. You will find this type of response will trigger some people. I think it's the ethical reasons phrase that can really do them in. Some immediately will tell you, oh, well, I don't eat that much meat anyway. Which, by the way, is rarely true. Average meat eaters eat some kind of animal at every meal. Or they'll ask you where you get your protein from. You will quickly develop a succinct response to this one. It's one you will hear over and over again. Or they'll attack you outright, telling you it's a stupid decision, the animals are here for us, or some other angry, hateful argument. When you do receive a reaction like this, it's important to understand that it says a lot more about the person to whom you are speaking than it does about you. It may be that thinking about the cruelty to which they contribute is too much, and this is a defense mechanism. Or they truly may not yet be able to understand how or why someone would ever choose to go vegan. Be kind and don't spend too much time arguing with this person. They are not ready or willing to truly hear your points, valid as they are, and you will undoubtedly leave the conversation frustrated, stressed, and you will not have changed their mind at all. The most effective thing I have found when you have people like this in your life is to talk less and show more. Share food with them. If they enjoy outdoor activities, which involve harming animals, invite them along to those outdoor activities you enjoy, which do not. If accessories or clothes are their thing, show them the incredible new cork handbag you purchased or your new vegan leather-free shoes. Always have a suggestion for a documentary they can watch. Many people will ask for more information, and a documentary is a great way to share. When people ask me questions in a truly inquisitive and non-combative way, I will answer everything they ask me, and will, if necessary, touch on the cruelty humans inflict on animals. But if it is not necessary, I will leave that out. Ask me about why I don't eat cheese, and my response will include the treatment of cows as well as a recommendation of my favorite cheese. Ask me for a chicken-free nugget recipe, and I'm just going to share the recipe. I love making vegan food and sharing it with skeptics or inviting those in my life to a vegan restaurant. I can't tell you how many times I've heard some version of, if all vegan food tastes like this, I think I could do it. I know that it is incredibly difficult now with COVID restrictions, but you can always meet your loved one over Zoom and maybe cook the same recipe together. This also puts a lot of power in the hands of your friend or family member. They not only get to spend some quality time with you, but it also shows them how easy and delicious eating vegan can be. I do find most of the resistance around veganism to be around food. It makes sense. So much of our culture as humans revolves around eating. Every holiday includes a special meal or treat. Social gatherings are most often centered around food. We have a lot of emotional attachments. These things can come up for you as you experience your first events as a vegan. So you can rest assured that those who are unsure about your decision are going to have plenty of feelings around what that means for their favorite social gatherings and holidays. Here in New Jersey, summertime barbecues are a big deal. When you're invited to someone's home during a Jersey summer, you are expecting grilling, salads, mostly potato and macaroni, and corn. You will find people will not be able to comprehend a cookout without hamburgers and hot dogs or macaroni salad covered in mayo. These are the perfect opportunities to bring some of your own vegan versions and definitely bring some hummus. During the holiday season, bring your favorite veganized dessert. Pumpkin pie is still an option and a delicious one at that. I bake cookies most years, and the most popular are my vegan chocolate chip. My brother, who is not vegan, will tell you they are the best cookies out there. Sharing your newfound knowledge and emotion with those in your life is important, as is maintaining those relationships and also not being an insufferable vegan no one listens to. Our whole reason for being vegan is to reduce animal suffering. We want to turn on more than we turn off. And trust me, there will always be people you can't get through to. But don't forget, you've planted a seed. I see the pattern in my own life. While at the time it felt like an overnight decision, I can see where my life seeds had been planted that ultimately led me here. You may very well be the seed for a person, and you may never know it. It's not always easy to be vegan in a non-vegan world, but it is important. You're doing an amazing thing for yourself, the animals, and the world. Don't get discouraged. I hope you found this episode helpful and inspiring, and I hope to see you next time, where we will discuss self-care. We learn and see a lot of difficult things as we discover how animals are treated for human convenience. In episode 5, we'll cover some techniques I use to help. Thanks for listening.